ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's ESD boys basketball matchup between our guests, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, and the host of Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Sportsmanship is all about respecting the game, each other, and yourselves. So please enjoy this game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please stand and join us in honor of America with the singing of our national anthem by Mickelson Middle School 6th grader Louis Yoshida. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose red stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so rarely streaming. In the Rockies red glare, the mountains bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? My bad. In the home of the brave.
Now let's meet the lineups for tonight's contest. First to the Golden Eagles. Head to number 5, 6'5", and a senior, Brendan Phillips. Head number 20, 6'1", and a sophomore, Luke Swanson. Head number 23, 6'1", and a senior, Colby Dowling. Head number 24, 6'4", senior, Jacob Warschauer. Head number 32, 6'5", and junior, Jack Perch. The Golden Eagles are coached by Ben Walter and assisted by Colton Clemens, Trent Kurtz, Oliver Godin, and Layton Wolf. And now for your Bobcats, first the cheerleader, Tiana McClellan, Lucy Simmons, Logan Wiggle, Anya Clark, Quinn Cookbach, and Chloe Barber. Bobcat cheerleaders head coach is Hannah Simmons. And now before we get the Bobcats started, here's tonight's Future Bobcats brought to you by the Brookings Basketball Association. Starting out point guard for the Future Bobcats, a third grader from Dakota Prairie, Christian Mullen. He's got a tough decision next month whether to finish his third grade classes or enter the 2025 NFL draft. And next up, starting at another guard for the Future Bobcats, Maverick Chandler. Maverick is a second grader at Dakota Prairie who loves the Golden State. And although he loves watching the Golden State Warriors, his plan for the future is to break each and every one of Steph Curry's records. And here's the starters for the Bobcats. At guard number 2, 6'2", and a junior, Jones Turner. At guard number 3, 6'2", and a junior, Chloe McCarty. And guard number 4, 5'10", senior, John Taylor. And a forward, 6'5", and a junior, Brookings. And then in the middle, assisted by Junior Palmer, Joe Ferguson, and Carter Hall. Tonight's a very curious Savannah Latterman and Eric Curry. Officials, Luke Anderson, John Garrell, and Jeff Schroeder.
This box here to start things off. Birgit Tetzloff will jump it up. He's a 6'5" junior against Brendan Phillips, the 6'5" senior. Moments away from getting things tipped off here inside Brookings High School. Bob Jostad Gym, the opening tip, is controlled by the Bobcats. Kaler, the senior, on senior night, will start things off for Brookings. Guarded in the backcourt by Swanson, man-to-man defense. Dribbles, goes right wing for Hunnemer, who holds and looks inside, nothing there, goes in the backcourt, and he gets it to McCarty. Left wing pass, Kaler gonna hoist a three. Short off the front of the rim, rebounded by Tetzloff. His putback no good, and the rebound now tapped around, kicked around the lane, and Kaler goes to the floor with a couple of eagles, gets it to Tetzloff, who loses it, chased down on the baseline by Swanson. He saves it in, and he gets it out to Dowin, who goes across the timeline to Phillips. Now in the backcourt, he'll go for Birch. Birch, left wing pass for Dowin. Dowin, directing traffic, goes to Birch at the top of the key. Lobs it down low for Weishar, who lost it out of bounds and goes back over to the Bobcats.
I'm not sure if that was a mismatch or whatnot, but you had 6'4" Weishar and then you had John Kaler on him, so he definitely had the height advantage. Luckily, went out of bounds. Brookings getting the ball back.
And up ahead goes Tetzloff to Hunnemer, goes in the lane for the big man, Winston Plummer, who has an easy bucket, puts it up and in off the window over the outstretched arm of Colby Dowin, who at 6'1" just didn't have a chance. In the backcourt, Swanson dribbles, hands off for Phillips. Phillips gets a pick, dribbles toward the top of the key. Now to the right elbow, kicks it in the baseline for Birch, who goes around Plummer and lays it in with the left hand from the right side. No board, rattles it home. We're tied at a deuce apiece. McCarty's pass up ahead is tipped out of bounds by Jacob Weishar. 6:37 to go here, first quarter. Want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Hunnemer to inbound, near sideline, lobs it all the way to Plummer, right block area, double team, pass in the backcourt is tipped and now grabbed by McCarty as he'll start the offense. Now directing traffic, gives to Kaler. Kaler dribbles to the left wing, spins, gets a pick, crosses over, tipped away, stolen away by Birch. Now up ahead for Weishar, who will have a wide open layup, blew it, stick back though is good for Birch. Here's the Golden Eagles take a 4-2 lead. Now McCarty will bring it across the timeline, all the way into the front court. Scoops it to Plummer, who can't handle it, loses it, taken away by Birch. Up ahead now to Phillips. Phillips across the timeline. Dribbles to the free throw line, spins, and almost got away with it, but gets the call. It'll be a travel. Coach Norberg not a fan. He did travel. He may have gotten bumped as well, but he did travel. Well, what came first, the travel or the foul? It's tough. Kaler double teamed on the inbound pass, and they had it into the, not quite all the way into the coffin corner, but close enough. He was double teamed. He tried to dribble out of it, loses it out of bounds, and gives it right back to Aberdeen Central. Set to inbound rather is Luke Swanson. He goes right wing for Phillips, going to hoist a deep three, no good, short, long rebound is not going to be grabbed before we get a whistle. It's going to go on Aberdeen Central. As the ball was streaming all the way back out into the backcourt, it's going to go against Jacob Weishaupt. That's his first of the quarter, first of the game for either team. McCarty lost it, almost went over and back. Said he wasn't across the timeline. Now pass in the backcourt by Kaler's tipped away and stolen. Taking it all the way up. This time it's laid in by Swanson after the turnover and the easy bucket. That was one of the keys to the game. Coach McCarty talked about saying taking care of the ball, and especially in live ball turnovers, giving the ball away in the backcourt for easy layups on the other end. They've done that a couple times already here tonight. McCarty to Hunnemer. Goes across the timeline to Kaler. Hoists the three from the right wing. In and out and almost back in. It comes off though for Weishaupt, who gives to Dowen. Dowen brings it over for Aberdeen Central. Inside out dribble into the front court underneath the hoop. Kicks it in the corner. A three is up and good for Luke Swanson. Just like that, it's 9-2, 9 unanswered for Aberdeen Central. Tetzloff goes across the timeline, breaking the press. Gets it to McCarty, who gets it in the lane, almost traveled. Gets it to Plummer, to Kaler. Right wing three for Hunnemer is good. Nothing but net. Confident stroke from Jones Hunnemer early, and he cuts it to 4, 9-5. And a hesitation dribble down the left side of the lane, and a runner no good strong off the board by Swanson. But he'll be fouled and head to the line for a couple. It's going to go on John Kaler. The first foul of the game for Brookings. To the line goes Luke Swanson, number 20. Trying to extend a 4-point lead. He's an 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first one. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Swanson averages just over 6.5 points per game as well. Winston Plummer sits down. Checking in, Jace Bauer, the 6'2 junior, number 5. Sitting down for Aberdeen is going to be Jacob Weishaupt. Coming in for the first time, number 10, Christian Palmer, the 6'4 senior, number 10. 10-5, Aberdeen Central. Second free throw for Swanson is good. 11-5, Aberdeen Central. Swanson will sit down after knocking down that free throw. Michael Dudenhofer, 5'11 junior, comes in. Number 2, Kaler, dribbling. Avoiding the double team, passes it to McCarty, who gets it across the timeline for Bauer. Bauer into the front court, all the way to the hoop. Hung in the air, took the contact, no call. Short on the shot, rebounded by Tetzloff. He dribbles, pump fake, gets a couple of defenders in the air, and he'll be fouled as he took it up. And he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. It's going to go against Brendan Phillips. First on Phillips, second for the Golden Eagles here in the first quarter. Tetzloff got the offensive board, now a chance to cut into the 6-point lead here. First free throw for Bergen is good. He's a 56% free throw shooter. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction. Tetzloff averages just over 11.5 points per game. He has 2 here early as he knocks down those free throws and cuts it to 4, 11-7. Bringing it across is Dudenhofer. And they get it left wing for Phillips. Phillips goes in the backcourt for Dudenhofer. Rather, that's Dowen who drives down the lane. Tried to drop it off as he drew a double team, but he couldn't get it to his teammate Birch. Goes off his hands out of bounds. Off the bounce pass in the lane and back to Brookings. Bauer inbounds to Kaler. Kaler passes around a double team to McCarty, who bounces it across the timeline for Bauer. Bauer dribbles in the backcourt. Near the bottom of the circle. Pass in the lane for Tetzloff. Tetzloff dribbles, bounces it off for Bowers. He had 3 defenders near him. Bauer blows the layup too strong, and the layup is tipped out of bounds, last touched by Tetzloff. It'll go back over to Aberdeen Central. Bauer's not going to get much of a better look than that.
No, and that's just a great pass by Tetzlaff, and continue to see the good passing from Bergen, because again, he brings just, they like to bring the double team on him with just that size and athleticism. So great pass there from Bergen. And like we said, that's one that Jace is just going to wish he had back, but gotta forget about it because he's probably going to get more looks the rest of the game.
Dowan took it on the drive, got it swiped away out of bounds. I believe it was Brody McCarty. And it stays with Aberdeen Central. Underneath. And it goes in the backcourt. Top of the key. Phillips, a three, no good. Short rebound is tipped out in the backcourt by Hunnemer and chased down by Phillips. Aberdeen Central keeps it. Left wing. Three, no. Pump fake by Palmer. Dribbles in, tried to drop it off for Weishauer, and Weishauer wasn't expecting it. Ball goes back over to Brookings. Both teams playing a little too fast here early.
A little too fast, a little sloppy, and again, right idea there. Just one of those things where you're not on the same page as your teammate. He thought the shot was going to go up. I think he was getting in position for a potential rebound, but instead he tried to make the pass. Aberdeen's 5th turnover of the game. Brookings matched them with 5 as well. So a lot of turnovers here in the first 4 minutes.
Taylor tried to bounce it into Tetzlaff. It's tipped out of bounds. Drew Johnson came in for the Bobcats as Jones Hunnemer sat down during that last dead ball. McCarty will inbound. Left baseline, gets it into Kaler, lobs it in for Bauer in the lane, who dribbles, takes it up, left open. And nobody just picked him up. And a defender actually ran by him and just let him put it up and in.
They saw his last layup and thought, we'll give him another one.
Yeah, he made him pay this time. Right wing it is Dutenhofer, passes left wing for Palmer, who goes down in the post. And that is Weishauer dribbling around, now spinning around, and turnaround jump shot, fall away, no good. Rebound for Bauer, and Kaler will bring it up. Kaler picks it up in the backcourt, goes left hash for McCarty, who went in the lane to nobody. I think it was supposed to be for Tetzlaff, whose momentum had him going the other way, and he was unable to recover, and the ball just goes out of bounds.
And I think if you could make one more pass there to the corner, a little easier entry pass. Again, right idea there for McCarty, just a little too hard of a pass to get it down low to Bergen.
Game of angles. Top of the key, it is Palmer. He goes left wing for Phillips, who goes in the post, tipped away and now stolen by Kaler. And the Bobcats have it back to Bauer, back to Kaler. Bobcats trail by 2, 11-9, 2:20 to play in the first quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Bauer into the front court, into the lane. He's going to try to stop his momentum. Made him shuffle another half a step, and he got fouled. And he got a travel call.
I think he did as well. He was almost halfway back to half court. I think he kind of knew took one too many steps, but hey, you take the foul.
That's what I get for reading the body language instead of the referee's call. John Kaler sits down, Winston Plummer back in, Tetzlaff sits down, Gavin Smith in. Jack Birch back in, along with Turner Bergen for the first time. Sitting down going to be Christian Palmer and Jacob Weishauer. Bobcats have it underneath. McCarty to inbound, right side. Gets it in the corner for Johnson. He lobs it in for Plummer. Plummer, triple teamed, tried to dribble. That's not what you want to do in the lane like that. Just turn around and put it up and in with that soft touch. And the Central Golden Eagles have it back. Right side Birch on the wing. Goes top of the key for Dutenhofer in the lane. Turn around, a jump hook, no good for Phillips. Rebound tapped. Now grabbed by Plummer out to Johnson. Johnson brings it across the timeline. Goes left corner. 3 for McCarty, rolls in. Hit it over Birch. And that gives the Bobcats a 1-point lead. First bucket for McCarty, 12-11 Bobcats. Dutenhofer, left wing pass. Phillips going to hoist a quick 3, no good. Rebound fought for, grabbed by Birch away from Phillips. Birch goes in the backcourt for Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer down the left side of the lane. Blindly threw it up, got it to go high off the glass. It counts. He'll be fouled and head to the line. Beautiful shot, but he wasn't even looking at the hoop.
No, like you said, just kind of threw it up there because he knew he was going to get fouled and make something happen. And man, he makes something happen.
They get it on Bauer. Bauer's first, second of the quarter for Brookings. That one on the shot, so Dutenhofer at the line. The lefty knocks down the shot. He's got 3. A 100% free throw shooter on the season. That's just his second one, though.
100%?
From what I see anyway. He averages just under 3 points per game. With that three-pointer, he gives Aberdeen Central back a 2-point lead. Jones Hunnemer now passes or looking to pass over a double team, gets it to Smith. Smith They're looking to double team on the in the backcourt. On any pass in the backcourt, they're chasing and double teaming, and it pays off as that pass went off for Drew Johnson out of bounds.
And anytime in a press, the places you want to stay away from are the corners and sidelines, and that one right there, they kind of almost hit them both. So again, got to stay towards the middle of the court so you can't get doubled like we saw right there.
Phillips through the lane, lost the ball, lost his footing, just saved it in from going out of bounds, and it bounces right to his teammate Jack Birch for an easy layup. 16-12 Aberdeen Central. Smith goes to Hunnemer, who dribbles it across the timeline, going to take some contact and to get the foul call. And it's going to go against number 20, Luke Swanson. It'll be the first on Swanson, the fourth for Aberdeen Central. Brendan Phillips going to sit down in the game for the first time as Bryson Burgard, the 5'11 sophomore. Number 30, they get it in the corner, and Johnson lobs it in for Plummer. It gets tipped away off of the rim, and Plummer ends up with it. It's tipped away again out of bounds. It stays with Brookings. I want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement for being a sponsor. We're going to get a whistle here as Bergen Tetzloff checks in. Jace Bauer will sit down. Quickly up off the bench is Jacob Weishar for Aberdeen Central, and he'll give Luke Swanson a bit of a rest. 42.2 to go here, first quarter. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor. They get it into Tetzloff, top of the key, left corner Johnson. Three is blocked by Dudenhofer. It's grabbed by Plummer out to, that is Jones. Hunnemer. Three is in and out, no good. Birch with the rebound, gets it off for Dudenhofer, who will bring it up for Aberdeen Central. Dribbles toward the right side of the backcourt, goes left side now for Weishar, who gives off for Burgard. To Weishar, right side for Dudenhofer. Shot clock is off, 15 to play. Brent Norgard, head coach for Aberdeen Central, shouting out instructions. Dudenhofer gets a pick. Dribbles left wing, puts up a three, got it blocked by Johnson. Tetzloff comes up with it, 5 seconds to go, up on the other end, crosses over, pulls up from three on the right wing, no good off the back of the rim just before the buzzer sounds, and that'll do it for the first quarter. The Bobcats trail to Aberdeen Central 16-12. It'll be Aberdeen Central ball when we start the second quarter in 60 seconds. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. Start of the second quarter, Aberdeen Central ball. They lead 16-12 over Brookings. Man-to-man defense for the Bobcats. Dudenhofer to start things off. Spins, goes back door, and finds his teammate who gets it across the lane. That was Phillips, who found Birch on the left block area. He takes it up, and he's going to be hacked. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple. Hunnemer picks up his first of the quarter for either team. Birch at the line. He's got 6 points, 2 rebounds here early. 6 of the 16 for Aberdeen Central. Another lefty at the line. Misses that one. Pretty badly, might I add. Just a 50% free throw shooter. He averages just under 4 points per game. I want to say thanks to Bauer Services for being a sponsor of high school sports. Second free throw, no good as well. And Tetzloff with the board. Gets it out to McCarty. Across the timeline. Into the front court, all the way to the right side, right baseline, and he bounces it in the left baseline. They're going to say it caught the end line. He had some spin on it. It came back inbounds, but it's out of bounds back to Aberdeen Central. Crafty pass, but did hit the end line. Had a referee in place. If he'd have been out of place, he might not have been able to see it. Jab step by Phillips down the right side of the lane, leaves for Birch, who goes underneath the basket, kicks it the left baseline for Weishauer, back to Birch. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Tetzloff. He bounces it out for Kaler. Kaler across the timeline. Dribble toward the corner, back out on the wing, goes to McCarty, who's in the lane, gets some contact, no call. And he gives the mean mug to the ref, but it doesn't help. And now a crossover dribble into the lane by Dow, and he takes it up and gets it blocked out of bounds hard by Tetzloff. There just had to be a whistle somehow on the other end. That had to be something.
Oh, yeah. Again, one of those things where Birch wasn't really set. He kind of went over there to McCarty, assuming he was going to go up for the layup, and just kind of knocked him right to the ground. Should have for sure been a body.
Dowan takes it in, misses the shot, but it's stuck back by Brendan Phillips. Tetzloff now goes to Kaler. Kaler dribbles left wing, leaves for McCarty, who dribbles to the elbow, spins, goes to the block area by Tetzloff, and Tetzloff pump fakes. He'll be fouled. I think that's going to be on the floor. I think that's going to go on Colby Dowan. It'll be his first. He was upset at the call, complaining to head coach Norberg, who was settling him down a little bit. So he'll sit down, along with Michael Dutenhofer, and back in going to be Bryson Burgard, and who was the other one that came back in? It looks like Luke Swanson. And Bauer knocked to the floor in the backcourt, gets it to Tetzloff, back to Bauer on the wing, puts up a three, no good, rebound tapped, and now grabbed in the lane. That is going to be Swanson, and Phillips will bring it up. Phillips crosses over, goes top of the key. Swanson, jab steps, dribbles down the center of the lane, gets it tipped away on the way up and out of bounds. It stays with Aberdeen Central. Birch sits down, and back in is going to be Bryson Burgard. On the floor for the Bobcats, Tetzloff, Kaler, McCarty, Hunnemer, and Bauer. Get it in bounds to Phillips in the corner, pump fakes, dribbles, crosses over. Good defense by Bauer. In the backcourt he goes for Weishauer. Right side now for Burgard. And dribbling to the free throw line is Swanson. He takes it up, got it blocked by Kaler, but he's going to get the foul call. Kaler can't believe it, but it will be a foul call on John Kaler. It's a second on Kaler, second of the quarter for Brookings. At the free throw line is going to be Luke Swanson. His second trip, he's an 83% free throw shooter. He hit his first two, and now he hits his third one. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor of high school sports here. We've got 6:09 to go in this first half. 19-12, Aberdeen Central. Second free throw is good. Swanson has 9 to lead all players. McCarty goes across the timeline over a double team to Bauer, who dribbles, goes left wing for Johnson, who tried to go to Tetzloff. It's tipped out of bounds. And that was last touched by Phillips for Aberdeen Central. Underneath, left side now, McCarty will inbound. 6 minutes to go. 20-12. Left corner, Johnson lobs it in for Tetzloff. Left block area, goes out top of the key. McCarty hoists and knocks down a three. Big bucket for the Bobcats. Makes it a 5-point game. 20-15. We've got a foul after the shot as well, and it's going to be at Aberdeen Central. It's going to go on Swanson. That'll be his second of the quarter for Aberdeen Central. And Swanson will sit down, and back in is going to be Colby Dowan. I didn't see what happened, but it must have been a hold underneath.
Holder, I thought he was maybe a push something. I didn't see either, but again, it's been a pretty physical game here so far through the first quarter and a half, so I expect to see it right there. Might have just been a little bit of a frustration foul from Swanson.
Hunnemer 3 from about 26 feet, no good. Short, rebounded by the Bobcats, and now in the backcourt, Johnson tried to lob it to the elbow area for Tetzloff. It's tipped out of bounds. Stays with Brookings with 28 to shoot. 5:40 to go, second quarter. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson for being a sponsor of high school sports here. They get it into Johnson in the backcourt. Right there to take it away, Bryson Burgard, who has an easy layup on the other end. Tremendous defense for Bryson Burgard. Just stepped in front of Johnson and took the ball away before he even dribbled it. Johnson gives to Bauer. Bauer goes over the timeline. Left hash for Hunnemer. Hunnemer picks it up and looks now, lobs it in for Tetzloff. Left baseline. Goes in the corner to Johnson. Back to Tetzloff. They're triple teaming on the inside, and then a left corner three is up and good. A second three in the last couple of trips for McCarty, and it's back to a 4-point game. McCarty has 9.
And another excellent pass from Bergen Tetzlaff. Anytime he catches it, like we said, they're getting the double, and sometimes the triple too. So good job by him of just getting rid of it to an open shooter.
Weishar, turnaround jumper in the lane, no good. He's going to be fouled though by Tetzlaff. That'll be Bergen's first. Third of the quarter for Brookings, but that one on the shot. So free throws coming up for Weishar. Weishar, a 61% free throw shooter. Hits the first one. He averages just over 5.5 points per game. He makes it a 5-point game there. Winston Plummer checks back in as Tetzlaff sits down. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Second free throw, no good for Weishar. Rebounded by Bauer. And a no foul call. Probably could have gotten one from Dowen there as he had Bauer wrapped up. Right corner, McCarty, heat check 3, no good. Weak side board grab by Phillips. He's double teamed and now he passes it off. And gets it back from Turner Bergen. Now we're going to get a whistle. And the referee saw some water on the floor.
Water. That's an eye right there.
Just had the angle on it, I guess. Sometimes you can't see it when you're standing right over it, but you get down court a little bit, you can see it. So he just stopped the game to make sure we got the water cleared up right in front of Aberdeen Central's bench. And then we'll get back to play here. We've got 4:35 to go. 23-18 Aberdeen Central leads over Brookings. 27 on the shot clock for Aberdeen Central here when we get the ball back in play. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Turner Bergen will inbound it in front of a Bobcats bench, and he gets it in for Dowen. Dowen goes right side for Burgard. Top of the key, Phillips. He dribbles to the right elbow, pulls up from 15, no good. Rebound is gobbled up by Winston Plummer, gets it out to Johnson. Johnson dribbles it across the timeline, goes right side for McCarty, who dribbles in, takes it up, gets it tipped out of bounds, and he'll get the foul call. Kind of shakes his head to say, as if to say, finally. He's been in there a couple times and taken a hard pounding and didn't get a call. This time he does. So McCarty to the line. He's got 3 threes and 9 points on the game. So Brody McCarty at the stripe. 65% free throw shooter on the year. That one rolls around and drops. Second leading scorer on the team at just under 10, 9.9. Turner Bergen sits down. Back in is Michael Dutenhofer for Aberdeen Central. And Phillips is going to have to sit down. He's got some blood on his left elbow, forearm area. So Jacob Weishar will check back in as they get that taken care of. We've got 4:17 to go here. The first free throw for Brody McCarty was good. That cut it to 4, and that gives him double digits, 10 points to lead all scorers in the game. He missed the second one. Looked good. I was anticipating. Don't do that. Rebound by Barch. Out ahead now. He gets it to Dowen. Dowen goes on the left baseline for Weishar. Back to Birch, top of the key. Gives off for Dutenhofer. Pulls up from 16 straight away off the dribble and knocks it down the J. 25-19 Aberdeen Central. 5 points on the night for Dutenhofer. Has the 3-point play and the deuce. Bauer goes left wing. McCarty left open from 3. That one no good. Rebound is almost grabbed by Plummer. He loses it, but that's because he got fouled. And it's going to go on Turner Bergen. That'll be his first. 4th of the quarter for Aberdeen Central, so they'll be in the bonus from here on out. 3:46 to play here, first half. Jones Honemer checks back in. Bergen Tetzlaff checks back in. Jace Bauer and Winston Plummer sit down. Brendan Phillips is checking back in. He got his left arm wrapped up. Must be a cut there. And sitting down, Jacob Weishar. McCarty will take it out underneath, right side. Gets it in the lane for Tetzlaff, who takes it up strong. Should have gotten the foul call. Didn't, but puts it in anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's...
Letting a lot go tonight, for whatever reason. Right wing now, Dowen goes top of the key for Phillips. Phillips crosses over down the left side of the lane. Now they call a ticky-tack one out top against Tetzlaff, and he kind of puts his hand out like, what about down there when I got drilled going up for the shot? Inconsistency by the referees here in this first half. Dowen will sit down for Aberdeen Central. Back in is Turner Bergen. Or rather, I'm sorry, that's Bryson Burgard. Dutenhofer goes to Burgard on the right wing. Trying to bounce it into Birch. Nothing there. Goes to Phillips. He's going to put up a 25-foot 3. No good. Rebound grab by McCarty. He'll dribble it now, let it clear as he's going to be guarded by Phillips. Crosses over and loses the ball. Picks it up. Goes in the right corner for Hunnemer. Back out left wing to Johnson. Down in the corner for Smith, who dribbles. Goes back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles. And a handoff for McCarty. McCarty, the elbow, lobs it in for Tetzloff. Off the bottom of the backboard, Tetzloff somehow came up with it. Reverse layup is good for Tetzloff. He's got 6. He cuts the lead to 2. Left side, Bryson Burgard drives in, left baseline, dropped it off, bounce pass to Birch, and he'll put it up and in off the board. 27-23 Aberdeen Central. 8 points now for Birch. Johnson dribbles right side, hands off for Hunnemer. Back to Smith, left wing, now to McCarty in the post to Tetzloff. Triple team, pass is tipped away. It ends up in Smith's hands. His shot no good on the right side of the lane. Now rebound tapped around and grabbed by Bergen. And he gives off for Phillips. Bobcats on defense. Phillips in the lane, takes it all the way into the lane. A shot high off the board, no good strong. And a rebound is tipped out in the corner, grabbed now by Dudenhofer, who gives to Bergen. Top of the key, Phillips, who dribbles down the center of the lane, takes it up, and no good on the shot, but he'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot a couple. It was the 5th foul of the half, but it was on the shot anyway, so it would have been 2 either way. It's going to be on, I think that's on Drew Johnson, his first. As I mentioned, the 5th of the half. To the line goes Brendan Phillips. He hits the first one. Leading scorer on the team with 16.5 points per game on average. 67% free throw shooter. He has just 3 points tonight. Seems to be a volume shooter. He'll shoot from anywhere on the court. Second free throw is good. He's got 4, and it's a 6-point lead for Aberdeen Central. 2:05 to go. First half. Want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service for being a sponsor. Kaler in the backcourt picks up his dribble, goes in the lane for Bauer, who takes it up strong. No good, but he'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot a couple. I think it's going to go on Phillips. That'll be his second. And it is. To the line for a couple goes Bauer. He's got 2 points, 2 rebounds. An 80% free throw shooter on the year is Jace Bauer. First one is no good. Off the back of the rim, then off the front and out. He averages 4.3 points per game on the season as well, does Bauer. Second free throw is good. It rolls around and drops. It makes it a 5-point game and a whistle. Timeout by head coach Mike McCarty for the Bobcats after the made free throw. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. We've got 1:57 to go here in the first half, and the Bobcats trailed 29-24. And some of the things that were mentioned as keys to the game by head coach Mike McCarty, I think they're going to be talking about at halftime as well, Alec Johnson.
Exactly. You can see their game plan so far here in the first half is obviously try and get it down low, whether it's to Bergen Tetzloff or to Winston Plummer. And we've said it too, it's a great idea, but just some of the passes down low have just been forced, whether it's been almost no touch and it's just kind of coming in too hot, or like you said, some of the angles just aren't there. So again, the idea is right, but they've just really got to work on getting it down low. And when it does get down low, it's been successful for the most part, but like we've seen Aberdeen do, they bring that double team and triple team very quickly. So Bergen's done a nice job of kicking it back out to an open shooter if he doesn't have something for himself down low.
And 11 turnovers for the Bobcats here in the first half. That's something they're going to want to shore up for half 2 as well. Top of the key to Dudenhofer, right side now for Dowan. Back to Dudenhofer, left wing. They go for Burgard. Now they go in the post for Weishauer, who passes it across the lane, intended for Dowan. It's tipped out of bounds. Good defense by the Bobcats. Didn't see who got a hand on it.
John Kaler came down.
Kaler
stuck a hand out just in time.
Catching up. And knocking it out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock now for Aberdeen Central. Crossing over down the lane is Dowan. He's going to travel as he took a couple of steps gathering to take it up in the lane, and the Bobcats will have it back. 1:28 to play here, first half. Brookings trails by 5. Kaler passes over a double team across the timeline for Hunnemer. They're going to double team him. He tries to dribble through it. He's going to be fouled. And we'll go to the line here as we're in the bonus. That's going to go on Michael Dudenhofer, his first. But as I mentioned, we're in the bonus. So to the line, Jones Hunnemer trying to cut into a 5-point lead. with the clock stopped. First free throw, no good. Huntemer, just a 50% free throw shooter on the year. Averages just a shade over 4.5 points per game. Second free throw is good for Jones. He's got 4, cuts it to 4. 29-25. Minute 15 to go. Wing Burgard. Moves in the backcourt, Dudenhofer. Left wing Dowan to Dudenhofer. Right side. Burgard lets fly from 3. Nothing but net for Burgard. His 5th point. And he extends it to a 7-point lead. They get it across the timeline over a double team to McCarty. Goes cross court, right wing for Bergen. Down in the corner for Bauer. Bauer into the front court. A runner in traffic. Almost lost it. Regained it in the air. It puts it up and it rolls around and drops somehow for Bauer. He's got 5. Cuts it 2-5. We are at 40 seconds to play here. Left wing Burgard, top of the key to Dudenhofer. Right side Dowan. Left side now they go for Weishaupt. Top of the key for Dowan. Left wing, left open. Dudenhofer 3, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Tetzloff, who gets it to Bauer. Shot clock is off, 25 to play, first half. Bauer across the timeline into the front court, bounces it off for Tetzloff, who takes a dribble, puts it up and in off the board. Tetzloff's got 8. That cuts it to 3. 15 to play. Aberdeen Central can hold for the final shot here. 10 seconds on the clock. On the right side for Dowan. Dowan inside out dribble. Goes to Bergen. He lets fly from the corner. No good. Long rebound tracked down by Kaler. Heaves it up to the other end of several feet short. It wouldn't have counted had it gone. But we are at halftime, and the Bobcats got to feel pretty good about where they're at with those 11 turnovers. Just down by 3 at halftime, 32-29 to Aberdeen Central. We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll give our thoughts on the first half. We'll take a look at stats. We'll take a look at some scores in other AA games going on around the state here tonight as well. During our halftime show, again, we'll take a 4-minute break and be back. Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in South Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
starting the second half is Phillips, Swanson, Gowan, Whiteshaw, and Birch. For the Bobcats, Hunter, McCarty, Kaler, Tetzlaff, and Homer. And the Bobcats possession. Over the second half.
Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Moments away from the start of the third quarter here. Bobcats will have the ball to start the second half, going right to left from our vantage point here in the Dallas Cole broadcast booth. Then Aberdeen Central will be heading back left to right. For the Bobcats, they go with the same five they started with. There are two seniors, John Kaler and Winston Plummer, Jones Hunnemer, Bergen Tetzlaff, and Brody McCarty. Aberdeen starts the same five as well. Phillips, Swanson, Dowen, Weishar, and Birch. Kaler to start things off here. Dribbles to the right wing, gets a pick. Man-to-man defense for Aberdeen Central. Goes left wing for McCarty, who dribbles into the lane. A runner from 10, nothing but net, rains one in. And McCarty's got a dozen. He leads all scorers in the game. He cuts it to 1. Good first possession for Brookings. Left wing, 3 is airmailed by number 23, Dowen. They get a rebound and get it to Phillips on the right wing. He puts in a deep 3, though, nothing but net. Full court pressure now by Aberdeen Central. Phillips has 7. Kaler goes in the front court to Tetzlaff. Out to McCarty, a 3, no good. Long rebound tracked down at the free throw line by Phillips. Out ahead, he gets it to his teammate Dowen, who throws up a runner in the lane. Too strong, no good. He'll be fouled, though, and head to the line for a couple. The foul is going to go on Kaler. That's going to be his third. First of the quarter for Brookings. That one on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up for Colby Dowen, the 6'1 senior, number 23. 55% free throw shooter on the year, misses the first one. Drew Johnson has to check in early for the senior Kaler on senior night, who has 3 fouls. Fouls tonight, there's been no rhyme or reason as to why.
Just random. Like that one right there, too, didn't look like John had a whole lot. He almost tried to kind of get out of the way, and it was just almost a very touchy foul.
Free throws missed, the second one missed, but it's rebounded and put up by Weishar from 10 feet, and he puts it back in. Tetzlaff goes right wing for Hunnemer, into Plummer, tipped out into the corner, and it's last touched by Aberdeen Central. It was either Birch or Phillips who got a hand on it. And inbounding is going to be Hunnemer. In the far corner, sideline. He's going to go cross court left wing for Johnson. Johnson goes top of the key for McCarty, who dribbles left baseline. Backs off now. Out onto the wing, he goes for Hunnemer, who dribbles in, kicks in the corner. McCarty pump fakes, dribbles baseline, takes it up. Tried to scoop it off for Tetzlaff, now stolen away. Taking it up the other end is Swanson. Swanson in the lane, ball fake, takes it up and lays it in over Jones Hunnemer. Swanson now with 11, moving into double figures. And it's an 8-point lead. McCarty goes over a double team to Johnson, who loses the ball, saves it in on the sideline, and Weishar has it. Gets it to Dowen in the corner, Phillips. Top of the key, 3 for Weishar, no good short, rebounded by McCarty. McCarty dribbling it up right side. And slow it up and start the offense. And hands off to Johnson in the backcourt to do that. Johnson dribbles to the left wing, picks it up, goes top of the key for Tetzlaff, who will swing it right side. McCarty left open for 3, no good short. And on the rebound, tipped out of bounds, last touch by Tetzlaff as he knocked it away from Colby Dowen. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Aberdeen Central has stretched it out to 8. They led by 3 at halftime. Outscored the Bobcats 7-2 here. 7-3 here, rather. Oh, I had it right the first time, 7-2. Second guessing myself. Don't do that. Birch in the lane is going to pump fake and take a step and travel. Didn't agree with the call, but I think they got it right. I think Coach Norberg said, yeah, they got it right. Get it across the timeline to Hunnemer, left hash. Guarded by Dowen. Goes in the corner. Johnson left open from 3. High arching 3. In and out, no good. Rebound on the weak side, grabbed by Phillips. He'll bring it up for Aberdeen Central. Phillips goes right wing. Weishar in the corner. 3 for Dowen, no good. Weak side rebound is grabbed by Phillips, but we're going to get a foul. And it's going to go on Bauer. It'll be his second of the quarter for Brookings. I'll say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Swanson to inbound. He's going to look to get it in. Goes in the corner for Birch. Birch in the lane, takes it against Tetzloff. Gets it blocked. Tetzloff tries to save it in off of Birch. Misses him, and it comes out on the near sideline. Stays with Aberdeen Central with 30 to shoot. Nice defense by Tetzloff.
Great defense. I'd be scared too if I saw him rearing back trying to throw the ball off me.
Yeah, that's not going to feel great. Nope. Left wing Phillips, pump fakes, dribbles baseline. Good defense by Bauer. He's going to be called for another ticky-tack touch foul. Again, fouls tonight. Just, whatever. It's going to be 3 on Bauer. So Gavin Smith will have to check in.
13 foul.
Man-to-man defense for the Bobcats. 5:06 to go, third quarter. I want to say thanks to Bo's Construction for being a sponsor. Inbounding is Dudenhofer, gets it in the corner. 3 is up and no good for Swanson. Rebound by Tetzloff, gives off for Smith. Smith to the other end. Left side in the backcourt. Picks it up, pivots, goes right wing for Hunnemer. Down in the corner for McCarty. Back out to Hunnemer. Thought about the 3, hangs onto it. Goes left wing for Johnson. Lobbed in for Tetzloff, tipped away from behind by Birch. It'll stay with the Bobcats. 20 to shoot for Brookings, 4:46 to go here. Weishauer going to sit down. Turner Bergen back in.
For the Golden Eagles, number 3, Turner Bergen.
Hunnemer will inbound, near sideline, down toward the corner. He's going to go in the backcourt for McCarty off his hands. He's going to have to chase it down. Should have been over and back, no call. Say it was tipped. I don't know why they didn't call that. McCarty spins in the lane, gets himself into some trouble. Tipped out, chased down by Smith. A runner from 10 on the right wing, or right baseline rather, somehow goes for Gavin Smith. He cuts it to 6. Bobcats got a bucket out of that, and probably should have been a turnover. Left baseline drive is tipped away from Dudenhofer, and it ends up in Smith's hands. He gets it out now for number 2, that is Jones Hunnemer, who's going to be fouled in the backcourt as he dribbled toward the corner, reversed into the backcourt, and was hacked. So that's going to go against number 32, Jack Birch, is second. Sitting down is Swanson for Aberdeen Central. Back in is Bryson Burgard. McCarty sits down for the Bobcats. John Kaler back in. Remember, he's got those 3 fouls. Hunnemer gets it in the corner for Kaler, lobs it in for Tetzloff. It'll be tipped away, but foul on Birch. That's going to be 3. So he'll have to sit down. Quickly back in as Weishauer didn't get much of a rest. So Birch will sit down with those 3 fouls. I don't think he liked it, but you can't be reaching over and towing the ball over the back of the guy who's got the position in front of you. Hunnemer gets it in the lane to Tetzloff, who dribbles it into the corner. Picks it up, goes in the backcourt for Smith. Top of the key, left wing swing from Hunnemer to Johnson. Johnson dribbles top of the key. Goes left wing for Kaler. Kaler faces up, goes in the corner for Smith. Almost tipped away. Smith goes to Tetzloff, who faces up. He's going to be called for a travel. And I don't know about that one either. Like a good pivot, but it goes back over to Aberdeen Central. Yikes. I don't know what to say. I don't want to be too critical, but you got to say what's going on as well.
Just
That should have been a travel right there. He shuffled his feet on the 3 pump fake. Dudenhofer. They get it in the lane and ends up with Weishauer, who lays it in. And he's got the Golden Eagles up by 8, 41-33. 5 for Weishauer. Johnson goes to the right elbow for Kaler, in the corner for Smith, to Hunnemer, back to Kaler, top of the key. Left wing to Johnson, goes in for Tetzloff, who takes it up strong. It'll count, and it'll be fouled. The pivoted between 2 defenders, puts it up and in off the glass, and the foul is going to go on Turner Bergen. That'll be his second. And a big bucket for the Bobcats. And moving into double digits is Tetzloff with that bucket. He's got a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 2 dimes. So Tetzloff trying to cut into a now 6-point lead. And they're going to make the 2 subs wait for the free throw. Should be able to go in unless you're going in for the shooter. So Jones Hunnemer will sit down and McCarty will come in. Now you look confused. I'm confused.
I thought they were both going in for Bergen, like 2 for the shooter. I didn't know what was going on when one of them wasn't checking in. And I don't know.
Tetzloff's free throw is good. Whew, interesting night here. 41-36 after he hits the free throw. Tetzloff's got 11 to match his jersey number, and he cuts it to 5. 3:15 and counting to go, third quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a sponsor. In the backcourt it is Dutenhofer, goes right wing for Phillips, drives baseline, takes it up, and gets it to go off the board, and he'll be fouled. And I think it's going to go on McCarty, judging by the body language, and it will. Brody McCarty picks up his first. A three-point try from the free throw line to try to finish it off is Brendan Phillips. He's got 9 now, had a quiet first half. Didn't shoot well, misses the free throw. We're rebounded by Winston Plummer. And Brody McCarty, I'm saying ball don't lie.
Yep.
Kaler dribbles to the front court, gives off for Smith. Smith picks up his dribble. Top of the key pass for McCarty. Left side for Kaler. Kaler looks inside, now gets a pick and dribbles to the top of the key. And dribbles in the lane. We're going to get a whistle away from the ball. And it's going to go on Turner Bergen. It'll be his third. 4th already of the quarter for Aberdeen Central, both teams with 4, with 2:49 to go. And checking back in, Colby Dowan. He'll spell Turner Bergen with those 3 fouls. I want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement for being a sponsor of high school sports here. And they get it into Plummer, turn around, jump hook, no good, strong, rebounded by Aberdeen Central's Colby Dowan. Dowan brings it up. Goes right side for Phillips, who pump fakes, dribbles down the center of the lane, lost the ball, out of bounds. They're going to say it was tipped out of bounds by Brookings. Stays with Aberdeen Central. Jace Bauer checks in, sitting down Smith. And remember, Jace Bauer's got 3 fouls as well. Bauer and Kaler both in there with 3 fouls for Brookings. 2:34 to go, third quarter. And the inbound pass tipped away by Bauer, intended for Phillips. 5, keeping it away from 5 there.
Battle of the 5s.
Yeah. Jace won that battle. We get it in the backcourt for Dowan. Dowan goes left wing. A 3 for Weishar. Short, no good. Rebounded by McCarty. He'll bring it up right side. Gets it across the timeline for Kaler. Kaler dribbles to the right wing. Passes now toward the corner for Bauer. Bauer dribbles to the right elbow. Spins down the right side of the lane. Shot no good off the backboard short. And rebounded is grabbed by Dutenhofer. And he goes right wing. And a 3 for Burgard. Short, may have just drawn iron. Now we're going to get a hard foul. It's going to be an intentional. As Phillips threw Bauer to the floor. He's protesting it, but I don't know what else you do with that.
No, yeah.
He just threw him hard to the floor.
And Jace works hard, but he's not a guy that you can throw to the floor that easy. So if he lands that hard, it was obviously an intentional foul.
Bauer's got 5 right now, 2 rebounds and an assist. He'll shoot the free throw here. Bauer, an 80% free throw shooter, knocks down the first one. He'll get another one, and the Bobcats will get the ball after the intentional foul. It's, by the way, the 3rd on Phillips. Both free throws good for Bauer. Big ones for the Bobcats. That cuts it to 4, and they'll have the ball. They'll have to bring it down to this end. They'll have to go the length of the court again. And they'll face full court pressure. Tetzloff will inbound. Winston Plummer comes back in.
30 has to come in. He touched the table. 30 went to check in. He hit the table. He did.
Huh. All right.
He still hit the table to check in. I don't know what the official ruling is on that. I think that's all that he was asking Norberg about. But
the ref did catch that, and then Coach Norberg said he just checked out though. And then we almost put him back in, and now we don't want to, I guess. That's what happened. McCarty got away with the travel in the backcourt, gets it to Kaler, back to McCarty right wing, dribbles through 2 defenders, kicks it left wing. Bauer for 3, no good short. Rebound by Tetzloff. The putback no good, but he'll be fouled. They're going to say it was on the floor anyway, but that's going to be in the bonus, so 2 free throws coming up regardless. Foul is going to go against Dutenhofer. Or do they say 2 fouls? Who is the foul on? It looks like it's going to be on Phillips. No, it is on Dutenhofer, his second, excuse me.
don't second guess yourself.
Yep, been doing that all night. Tetzloff, first free throw is good, cuts it to fourth, 43-39. A dozen points for Tetzloff. Again, the double-double. He's got 11 rebounds. It's a 56% free throw shooter on the year. And he misses the second one. Rebounded by Plummer, who's double teamed, gets it ripped away, but he's going to be fouled. They got him on the arm. It's going to go either on Birch or Dowan, and it's going to go on Birch. That'll be his fourth. The Aberdeen Central crowd, or rather the bench and the crowd, don't like it. So Winston Plummer to the line. He's got 2 points, trying to cut into a now 4-point lead. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor of high school sports. Free throw for Plummer, no good. Remains a 4-point game. Birch will sit down, back in. Christian Palmer, the 6'4 senior. So Winston Plummer trying to cut into a 4-point lead here in the third quarter. A minute 47 to play. 43-39 Aberdeen, 43-40 Aberdeen Central. As Plummer hits the free throw, he's got 3 to go along with 6 boards. In the corner, Dudenhofer for 3, no good, short. Rebound tapped into the air, and now grabbed by Tetzloff, who took one of the chops. No call, as he got an elbow from Weishar. It wasn't intentional, but it should have been a foul. Gets it to Kaler in the backcourt to start the offense. Inside 90 seconds to play, third quarter. Top of the key for Bauer. We're going to get a whistle away from the ball again. And this time, it's going to go on Christian Palmer guarding Tetzloff down low. So Bergen Tetzloff back to the line, trying to cut into a 3-point lead.
And they are fouls. It's one of those things where Aberdeen's got to back off a little bit. When you could see Brookings was going more so to the left side of the court. Bergen was down on that right block. That's one where you can kind of sag off a little bit. But man, he was just hugging Tetzloff's back. And like you've said, when you've got position and you're just on top of him, it's an easy call to make. First free throw is good for Tetzloff. At Aberdeen Central's defense, they were getting away with all of these in the first half. Second free throw is good. Wondering what changed.
Rolls around and drops for Tetzloff. He's got 14 now, along with 12 boards, and he's got the Bobcats within 1, 43-42. Palmer goes right side for Dowan. Dowan looking in the backcourt. Dribbles now, goes left wing for Palmer. With a hoist from 3, nothing but net from 23 for Christian Palmer, and a whistle. Coach Norberg from the bench calls a quick timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. With a minute 7 to go here in the third quarter. With that 3, Aberdeen Central back up by 4, 46-42 over the Brookings Bobcats.
And that was only their 4th 3. Both teams shooting very poorly from 3. Aberdeen 4 of 18, Brookings 4 of 16. So you're really not upset with the shot. Palmer was pretty deep, hasn't shot many threes tonight, so that was one that you kind of live with. Palmer just happened to make a big bucket there to extend the lead to 4.
Brennan Phillips has not shot well tonight from 3. He generally shoots pretty well from downtown. He's a 37% free throw shooter on the season from deep. He hasn't hit many tonight. It's been more of a quiet night for him. He's on the bench right now, and a little bit of foul trouble as well. Bobcats ball out of the timeout. We'll face a little full court pressure here. Taylor gets it to McCarty, over across the timeline to Tetzloff. Goes across the court, left wing for Bauer, in the backcourt for Taylor. In lane for Tetzloff, just a little late, and it gets stolen away by Down, who gets it up ahead, and no good on the layup, Swanson, but he's going to be fouled, and I think that's going to go on Bauer. That'll be his fourth rather. 2 free throws coming up for Luke Swanson. He's got 11 points and a rebound on the night. 83% free throw shooter, averages 6.6 points per game. Does Swanson. Free throw, number 1 is good, makes it a 5-point game once again. Bobcats just had it within 1. Jones Hunnemer and Drew Johnson check back in. Jace Bauer, Winston Plummer sitting down. Sitting down is Dutenhofer for the Eagles, and back in is Bryson Burgard, number 30. Swanson at the stripe, second free throw, rattles in. Back out to a 6-point game, 48-42 inside a minute to play, third quarter. About a 17-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. All the way in the lane, Kaler tried to kick it in the corner. It's tipped away, and now coming the other way is Dowan. All the way in the lane, he drops it off for Palmer. No good, strong on the shot. Rebound by Dowan. No good on the putback. Gets another rebound, goes reverse layup this time. He gets it to go. And it's an 8-point lead. Shot clock is off. 25 to play, third quarter. Kaler in the backcourt. Leaves off for Hunneman. Pass right hash for McCarty. McCarty directing traffic. We'll give to Kaler on the right hash. 10 to go here, third quarter. Kaler dribbling. He leaves on the right wing for Hunnemer, who pump fakes, dribbles top of the key, gets the ball tipped away, stolen by Dowan. Dowan takes it all the way to the other end. He didn't get it off in time, missed it anyway, tried to take it all the way in. Needed to probably stop and hop from about 10 feet. But in any case, Aberdeen Central takes an 8-point lead into the fourth quarter, which will be back in 60 seconds to start. It'll be Golden Eagles ball when we come back in 60 seconds. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill to start the fourth quarter. It will be Aberdeen Central ball. They lead 50-42. It's tied for the largest lead of the night. And it is going to be Luke Swanson to start things off here. He goes in the backcourt for Phillips, who dribbles left wing and hands off for Burgard on the right wing, and taking it in and taking it strong against Kaler was Luke Swanson. He gets it to go off the board for the first time tonight. It's a double-digit lead, 52-42, Aberdeen Central. McCarty across the timeline, receives the pass from Kaler, back to Kaler, who will start the offense. Kaler passes right hash for Hunnemer. Hunnemer picks it up, left wing for McCarty, who jab steps, dribbles, spins down the left side of the lane, takes it up, and gets it to go high off the glass over the outstretched arm of Jacob Weishaupt. That cuts it back to 8. McCarty's got 14. He and Tetzloff, leaders for the Bobcats at 14 apiece. 15 for Swanson on the other end. Stolen in the backcourt by Hunnemer. He chases it down near the near corner. It's tipped away now by Jacob Weishaupt. Stays with the Bobcats. Good defense in the backcourt by Jones Hunnemer. Michael Dudenhofer checks in. Sitting down going to be Bryson Burgard for Aberdeen Central. Bobcats ball trailing by 8. They keep fighting their way back in it. Get it to McCarty in the backcourt. McCarty dribbles, picks it up, goes left wing for Hunnemer, in the post for Tetzloff. Dribbles, picks it up, goes in the corner for Johnson, back to Tetzloff, who dribbles, pump fake, step through move, nice move by Tetzloff with the ball fake, step through move, easy bucket, cuts it to 6. He's got 16 to lead all players in the game.
Good patience too by Bergen. He knows as soon as that double comes, kick it out and then get it back to him, and he did an excellent job there, and then he finished it with a great up and under.
Dowan goes right wing for Swanson. In the backcourt, Phillips. Left wing now they go for Dudenhofer. Top of the key for Swanson. Thought about the 3, dribbles in the lane, pulls up. Blocked by Tetzloff, taken on the other end by McCarty. McCarty all the way into the lane, Euro step through the lane, gets the foul call. And it did come. Didn't look like it was going to come, but it did.
He set out of bounds, and
I was with you, but I just saw the ref finally put his hand up there. And it's going to go against Weishaupt. That'll be his second. And they're going to say it was on the shot. He's kind of running through the lane, trying to gather to go up, and was unable to because his foot got taken out from under him. But McCarty at the line for 2. Hits the first one. Brody's now got 15. Tied with Swanson for Aberdeen Central for second leading scorer in the game, one behind Bergen Tetzloff. Kaler sits down, Jace Bauer back in for Brookings. Second free throw for McCarty, rolls around and drops. He's got 16, and it's back down to a 4-point lead. Aberdeen Central stretched it out to 10. The Bobcats come back. Phillips goes right wing for Swanson. Swanson goes left side. Dowan gonna hoist. That one no good. Long rebound grabbed by Johnson. Johnson dribbling it up now for Brookings. 6 minutes to play. Dribbles right side, looks to hand it off. Nothing there. He goes top the key for Bauer, who dribbles down the right side of the lane. Now kicks it out. Left wing. McCarty knocks down a three. It's down to a 1-point game. Quick timeout by head coach Mike McCarty from the bench. It's a full. We'll take 30 of it with them. All of a sudden, the Bobcats on a 9-0 run. They cut it to 1 with 5:53 remaining. 52-51 Aberdeen Central with a 1-point lead and the ball when we come back in 30 seconds. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 52-51 here with 5:53 to go in the ball game. Aberdeen Central clinging to a 1-point lead. It was moments ago 10 points. All of a sudden it's down to 1.
And Brookings has done a much better job offensively just with that patience. You know, we saw it in the first half. Same mindset that we've seen here in the second half, but that first half they were just throwing passes in either too fast or the bad angle or whatnot. Much better job here the second half with ball movement's been better. Bergen's done an excellent job posting up, and we saw it too. Bergen does a very good job of kicking it back out if he doesn't have something. So when they've been doing things right, they've got themselves back in this ball game.
Down right hash. He goes top of the key. A three for the lefty is good. That is Michael Dutenhofer. Big bucket for Aberdeen Central. Got a good look. Looks like that was the called play. Kind of a risky one as they haven't hit many of those today or tonight. And we're going to get a whistle away from the ball. It's going to go on Tetzloff down low as he must have pushed off. And we'll go down to the other end. That's going to be the third on Tetzloff. Just the first on the Bobcats here. 5:27 to go, fourth quarter. Bringing it up is going to be Swanson. He'll start things off for Aberdeen Central. Goes to Phillips. Left wing now Dutenhofer. Top of the key Dowan. Goes right side for Swanson. Swanson goes top of the key Dutenhofer. Right side Phillips. Pump fakes. Dribbles in the lane. Goes back door. Ball tipped. Somehow comes up with it. Does Weishart. His reverse layup spins in off the side of the rim. Back to a 6-point game. 5 minutes to play. Left wing McCarty lobs it in for Tetzloff. He takes it up strong and puts it in. As he was on the backside of Weishart and trying to come and help was Dowan, but Tetzloff just hung in the air and lays it in. Back to 4-point game. 18 points for Tetzloff. Top of the key Dowan for three, no good. Rebounded by Bauer. Bauer now is going to be fouled. As he dribbled it, looked like he dribbled it off his shin, and it's going to go against Weishart, number 24. Didn't look like he was close enough to foul him. Maybe it was before that he called it late. But when he blew the whistle, they were 3 feet apart.
Yeah, again, one of those things. I didn't know if he was blowing the whistle for a shot clock or whatnot, but you've said it all night. Just not sure what the calls have been. But
now we're going to get a foul in the backcourt as Jace Bauer got run over by Colby Dowan. That was a foul. That one was correct. Dowan just bowled over Bauer. It's going to be the second on Dowan. He'll sit down. Coming back in is going to be Bryson Burgard. Coach Norberg talking to Dowan. Teachable moment here. And now we're going to get a Jace Bauer run over again. Michael Dutenhofer this time, and he just ran him over. That's the second time he's done that. Now, maybe Bauer's positioning himself for that to happen, but that doesn't mean he didn't run him over.
Exactly, and again, that's Aberdeen's fourth, so the good thing for Brookings, going to be shooting a lot of free throws here for the final 4:28 if they can keep picking up these fouls from Aberdeen.
Bauer goes in the corner for Hunnemer. Pump fakes, goes to McCarty, who is going to, we're going to get a whistle away from the ball. Again, Bauer gets run over. And it is going to be on Luke Swanson this time. Third time in a row that Bauer goes to the floor. Coach Norberg upset. Maybe he's just out crafting you. If you run him over and there's contact, I don't think you could be too upset about the foul call.
I don't think so either. And again, Jace, he's just a tough guy, but if he's getting run through like that, whether it is part of it to just fall down, but again, when he's getting hit that hard, it's not like he can just stand his ground. I mean, every one of these has been at least what I thought, a clear foul.
First free throw no good for Bauer. He's got 7, and now 8 as he knocks down the second free throw. He cuts it to 3, a one-possession ball game with 4:15 and counting to go here tonight. Phillips goes to Turner, Burgard rather. And now left corner Phillips. Pass is tipped by Tetzloff, now stolen by Bauer. He's going to be fouled again, and it's going to be kind of a stink eye by Weishauer, but he fouled him. He just did. And that's going to be 4 on Weishauer. They're in the bonus, so Bauer has 2 more free throws coming up. He reached around to try to grab the ball, and you had your chest on his back. That's a foul.
I was going to say, and a lot of these fouls, too, by Aberdeen have just been careless fouls. You miss the shot, Jace gets the turnover. You're 80 feet away from the hoop. There's really no need you need to be picking him up that much. And like you said, when you wrap around, obvious call.
That's going to get called every time. Birch back in as Weishauer sitting down with those 4. Birch has 4 as well, by the way. Bauer's hit the first free throw, and now the second one. He cuts it to 1. 10 now for Jace Bauer, and we've got a 1-point ball game. 4 minutes to play. Left side of the backcourt, Phillips, guarded by Tetzloff. Crosses over again in the lane, kicks it out in the backcourt. A 3 for Dutenhofer. Rolls another one in. Can't leave him open out there. He stretches it back out to a 4-point lead. We're going to get a whistle as we've got something on the floor here in the lane. Not sure where that came from. Looks like it came from one of the students, one of the Aberdeen Central students. Who reaches out to the ref saying, I think that's our bad. I don't know what that was. Piece of popcorn, maybe? Well, they get it taken care of. And we're back to play. Kaler brings it across the timeline. Guarded out top by Dutenhofer. Passes right wing from McCarty. McCarty goes baseline. Loses the ball out of bounds, and it goes back over to Aberdeen Central. Just like that, the Bobcats get within 1 and now turn it over a couple times here and let the Aberdeen Central get a couple buckets.
It happened in the third, too. It seemed like they could get it to 1 possession, 2, 3, but could never get it tied or whatnot. Saw it again here, so they need to stop here and try and get it back to a 1-possession game.
Jace Bauer may have just fouled out, and he did. It's 5 on Bauer. He'll sit down. He has 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Drew Johnson will check back in. And that's the second foul for the Bobcats here. 3:27 remaining. Want to say thanks to Bauer Services for being a sponsor. High school sports. Dutenhofer lobs it to the left wing. And then it's Swanson. Swanson dribbling now, inside out. Spins in the lane, and the turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed by Birch as he dribbles in the lane. Jump hook with the left hand, no good. And on the rebound on the near sideline, we're going to get a timeout call. I thought they were going to call a travel.
Yeah, he did.
But Swanson got the timeout from his bench before he drug his pivot foot. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. The Bobcats just need to come up with a rebound there.
Exactly. They had done a pretty good job through up till almost then with the offensive rebound, limiting Aberdeen to those offensive rebounds. But that one right there, and Brookings has only 8 offensive rebounds. I take that back. Aberdeen's done a good job, 13, but I think they got 3 right there on that possession alone. So anytime you give up 3 offensive rebounds, you're never going to help yourself, but especially when you're down 4, those are ones that really hurt you if you want to get back to tie this game up.
3:13 to go here. Want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor of high school sports. So Aberdeen Central's ball with a fresh 35 underneath right side. And Dudenhofer will inbound. Looks to get it in. Gets it in the backcourt for Phillips, who is going to start the offense. Dribbles out near the bottom of the circle. Crosses over, and we're going to get a foul call against Tetzloff. He just kind of looks at Coach like, I don't know what I did. I don't either. I was watching pretty closely. Just defense. That's what that was. So the inbound from Dutenhofer, looking in again, and we're gonna get a whistle. We're gonna get a foul as somebody pushed off. Yeah, they're gonna call a foul on number 30, Bryson Burgard. That's his first. And then we're in the bonus, but that's an offensive foul. We don't shoot on those. So the Bobcats get the ball. Big break there. Down by 4. Kaler in the backcourt. Picks it up, goes to Tetzloff in the front court. Dribbles in the lane, pump fakes, puts the shot up, and it rolls around the basket 2 times and drops. Tetzloff now with 20 and 12 rebounds. Go along with 2 dimes. He cuts the lead to 2. Down the lane, Phillips all the way to the bucket. Gets it to go in, and he had kind of the advantage against Tetzloff, who has 4 fouls. Didn't want to pick up his 5th. Taylor dribbles into the front court, picks it up, pass in the back court for Hunnemer, guarded by Phillips. Hunnemer goes cross court right side for Kaler, in the lane for McCarty, who dribbles. He's going to turn around, then a little shot is going to go strong off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Aberdeen Central. They lead by 4. They've got the ball. 2:15 to go, 4th quarter. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson for being a sponsor of high school sports here. And now we're going to get an offensive foul. Coach Norberg sending somebody in out of frustration. It was on Birch, and that is his 5th, so I'll have to sit down. Coach Norberg upset. Also sitting down is going to be Bryson Burgard. Back in, Weishar, and number 20, Swanson, I believe, came back in.
I think of the 7 team fouls in this quarter alone from Aberdeen, 5 of them being on the offensive end.
Hunnemer from the corner, 3, no good. Rebound. It's going to be the 5th on Tetzloff, and that's big, as he has led the Bobcats tonight. 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's going to have to sit down with 5, as he went over the back on the rebound. I don't think he liked the call, but it looked like the right one. But he's trying to make something happen for the Bobcats, keep the ball on their end with less than 2 minutes to go. But just picked up the over-the-back call.
And like you said, yeah, he's done so much for them tonight. 20 and 12. That was a ball he thought he could have got. And again, he can get just about any rebound. And going back to what you had said earlier, it's one of those games, too, where he wasn't even sure they would have called a foul. Just kind of with that inconsistency. They've been pretty physical. So I think he thought that was one that he could easily go up and get.
Phillips straightaway 3, no good. Rebound tracked down in the near corner by Hunnemer. He'll dribble it up for the Bobcats. Hunnemer on the left wing. Goes top of the key for McCarty. McCarty dribbles it to the left elbow, picks it up, and goes in the backcourt now for Johnson, who took an extra shuffle and travels and gives the ball back to Aberdeen Central. Bad timing for a turnover, as you want to get this back into a 1-possession ball game with just over 90 seconds to play. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper for being a sponsor of high school sports here. And bringing it up now is going to be Swanson. We're going to get a timeout, I believe. And they'll take a full timeout. We'll take 30 of it with them. Aberdeen Central ball when we come back in 30 seconds. They lead by 4, 62-58. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And Solventum Brookings is pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School. Dedicated to science and exploration, Solventum Brookings works to improve your everyday life and ensures you're never more than 10 feet away from any Solventum technology. Good luck, Bobcats. And please consider joining the Bobcat backers. Backers help provide financial support to Bobcats athletic teams.
Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. 62-58. Aberdeen Central with the lead, 1:25 to go. And the Bobcats need to get some turnovers and put the ball in the bucket.
They do, and again, you're going to have to apply some pressure here as well. Aberdeen's done a good job from the free throw line tonight, but still down 4 with only 1:25 left. And also Brookings going to need other guys to step up now with Berg and Tetzloff out of the game, just fouled out. So, I mean, again, you've got good shooters out there. Drew Johnson, Brody McCarty, you've still got Winston Plummer. So they have what it takes, but 1:25, you're going to have to get a little aggressive on defense.
John Kaler out there with 3 fouls, the only Bobcat out there with foul trouble. He's had those since the first half. He's done a good job here in the second half, staying out of foul, getting any more fouls. Left wing, it is Swanson. In the backcourt, he goes Dowan near the bottom of the circle. 15 on the shot clock. Dowan goes left side for Phillips, guarded by Hunneman. We get a pick. On the right side of the lane, kicks it in the corner. Dowan for 3, knocks it down. Big bucket for Aberdeen Central, makes it a 7-point game with less than a minute to go. Taylor in the backcourt, passes left side for Hunneman. Hunneman goes to McCarty left wing. McCarty drives baseline underneath and goes intended for Plummer, but instead goes right to Weishar. And now they get it And they're going to try to run some time. 9-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And we'll get a foul deep in the backcourt, as that'll be the 5th, and put him in the bonus. Phillips going to the line. Brendan Phillips, 11 points on the night, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he averages 16.5 points per game. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Hasn't shot well from outside in this one. This free throw is in and out, no good. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports here. 37.3 to go, 7-point lead for Aberdeen Central. Second free throw for Phillips is good. Almost fell off. Somehow caught the rim and rolled around and dropped. 66-58. They get it to McCarty. I want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service for being a sponsor. McCarty in the backcourt to Taylor. Taylor, step back, 3, and short. Rebounded by Plummer. Tried to put it back up and in from underneath the hoop, falling out of bounds, and can't get it to go. And we're at 20 seconds to go. And Swanson will dribble it up court. He'll be fouled by Johnson. We'll go shoot a couple more free throws. This is going to be Luke Swanson at the stripe. He's got 15 points. He leads the way for Aberdeen Central to go along with 3 rebounds. Swanson, an 83% free throw shooter, and he hits another one. He's been good from the stripe tonight. He's got 16 now. That's a 9-point lead now. And he hits them both. It was a 1-possession game not long ago with just under 2 minutes to go. And now Kaler pass across the timeline for Hunemer. Down in the corner for Johnson. Going to hoist a quick 3. No good. Airmails it. Rebounded by Dutenhofer. He's going to dribble it out now. Gets it out ahead to his teammate Dowan, and that'll do it. 68-58 going to be the final. That didn't really tell the story of this one. It was closer than that a lot in the second half. But Aberdeen Central kept finding ways to stretch the lead back out. And the Bobcats would get it down to 1 possession here and there. So 68-58 the final. With the loss, the Bobcats are 0-18. With the win, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles are 3-14. We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll start your post game coming up next. Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.